Alright guys, here with Coach Muz, Coach Pele, clearly cold. First of all, result please.
6-4 win, Assad 3, Usaid, Riley and Saif.
Muz, sum that one up for us. 3-0 up after about 10-15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then let them back into the game. So just sum that one up for us please.
Yeah, so we sent the boys out there today. We said last few weeks been poor, we start playing some football today. The boys went out, stripped it off, played some brilliant stuff, scored some great goals. You'll see on the highlights later on. Then once we were 3-0 up, complacency kicked in, the biggest challenge for any coach. And unfortunately, the team was back in it. So at half time, I think we were only leading by a goal. And yeah, it's like over-complacency is a hard thing to coach out the players. But obviously as management, we've got to get around that problem. But overall, I think we're really good performance today.
Bells, Assad had a little bit of an off day today. Missed a lot of chances. What do you put that down to?
The thing is, they're always going to have a bad day, you know. And then they're 10 years old, so you know you can look past the bad day at the office, but he's still got 3 goals today. So you know, it's not that he didn't do anything. And I mean, overall his performance was quite good. You know, bar the chances aside, you know, he's passing a lot more. You know, defensively he was working, and I mean, probably made about 6 or 7 chances today, whereas he would have 6 or 7 chances himself. So I think generally overall it was a good performance. Chances wise, we know Asad could do a lot better.
You had a debut today in Usaid. You want to sum up his game for us? Because it's probably the first time he'll be watching this. So
as debut's goal, that was one of the best I've seen. He started the game, which means the coach saw yesterday. I wasn't there yesterday, but the coach said that you've got to play here. So we started in the game. We started off on the left.
We started
in the centre. So he started at the centre, moved over to the left later in the game. I think he played on the right as well. And all round he was excellent today. Settled it really well. And got a brilliant goal.
And last question, you seem to now have a team on your hands. Can you keep this team together, or Coach Bills and Coach Ashford going to come and nick these players as well?
Because there's such a small difference between under 12s and the under 13s. Essentially, if one player overachieves at the 12s, it's the case that they are going to get pushed up towards under 13s. We hope to have it for a few more weeks, you know, just at least until maybe the season's over. But at the end of the day, we don't want to hold the players at a level where they're just doing too good. We'd rather challenge them. So you see, Assad's now playing for the under 13s, and hopefully Riley and we'll get there soon, and Saif as well.
Can I just mention some stand-up performance today? Afif was excellent on the left. First half got a brilliant cross in, and I think it was the best game for us so far. I thought Kieran was much better today. He tried to pass on the line after an inspirational half-time talk by Rudy right with the boys.
So the infamous, it's not even a hairdryer, it's probably something more powered.
It was quite windy out there anyway, yeah. I felt it was like another hurricane coming. So, but yeah, shout out to Rudy.
Yeah, hurricane, that's what it is. The infamous Rudy hurricane.
So shout out to Rudy for that, that's why he's there, because personally, like, me and Pele might be too soft, and you always need that person a bit more experienced to step in and intervene when he needs to do. So that's taught me and Pele a lot as well. So thanks, Rudy.
Alright guys, thank you very much. Alright guys, here with the 2 road coaches, as the youngsters call them, or road coaches. Under 9s, first of all, result please.
We won 3-1, Kaif scored 2 and Omid scored 1.
Hafiz, bit of a scrappy game, sum that one up for us.
Yeah, you summed it up there. It was very scrappy. I don't feel like we killed the game off when we needed to. We showed the other team a lot of respect. We weren't really at our best, but that being said, we still won 3-1. Samuel came in, put in a good job. Everyone else, even Adam Chowdhury going off, it showed his importance to the team, because as he came off, even Coach Mo would agree, we weren't that stable. So it just goes to show that even like every week in, week out, Omid will score 3-4 goals, Zayn, whatever, but it's the players that we don't talk about, which is the most important thing. So yeah.
Mo, East Ham Rovers came with a game plan, implemented it. You knew what they were about.
Yeah.
What did you say to the guys before the game and at half time?
I think before the game, like you said, we knew what they were about. We played them twice or 3 times last season, and they were very close encounters. I think we won by 1 goal in 2 of the games. So we said that they'll come in tough. They had big players, and we knew they did. They came with that same mentality of just pushing us off the ball. They didn't offer much attacking wise, and we knew that that would be the case. But I think defensively they got men behind the ball, so it was always about spraying that ball up wide and then coming in with the ball. I thought they did it a lot better than last week. I think last week we kept coming in and coming into a middle to battle when we didn't have to. Like Coach Afi said, it was a big blow when we had to lose Adam within the first 5 minutes, because he's our playmaker, he's the engine of the team, he keeps it ticking. We had to move Omid back into midfield to cover that, and again, obviously, by doing that, you're limiting his abilities by putting him into an area which is crowded. So for him to spread the ball out, it made it a bit difficult for us because we didn't have anyone leading onto it. Half time, it was just about keeping it going. I think we were 2-0 up at half time, so we were pretty comfortable. I don't think I was ever afraid of them scoring a goal, really. I thought we were very, very comfortable on the ball. But it was just about killing off that game. We brought Samuel on, and of course it's pretty much his debut, so he was always going to be a bit shaky, but he done good. Zayn came back on, and I thought we killed it off, but it was a dejected performance, and obviously it's not what we want to see, but sometimes you have to graft it out, and I thought we did that today.
All right, guys, brilliant. Thank you. All right, guys, here with Coach Saf, Coach Ethan, under 8s, results first, please. No scorers.
9-0 against Aldersbrook, so we lost.
Oh, well, quite upset about that, are you?
Yeah, well, this time we didn't choose to come with a depleted squad. Had a few letdowns. We had David ill, calling last minute. Kais didn't turn up, unfortunately. Played with Atif, Rafai, Hamza and Tahib, so had 3 players outfield, 1 in goal.
How did they get on? I know they had 1 player less, but how did they get on?
Overall, we started off quite shaky, obviously, because playing with no defenders, there wasn't a back line, not something that we're used to. So, of course, you're going to get your attacking players. Naturally, they're all going to push up. So we got caught on the break a few times. But we grew into it after a while. Told them just to keep the ball on the floor, pass around, and to be honest, we had most of the possession for most of the game, actually. But obviously, 3 players against 4 on a 5-a-side pitch, we was always going to lose the game. So we did well. We did well with what we had.
You had players that didn't show up, players drop out last minute. What do you do about it?
To be honest, there's not much really we can do in terms of 5 minutes before the game. If players don't turn up, players don't turn up. But with 6 players, I think that we'll now go up to 7 players, just so we do have that backup. Even if 2 do drop out, we still got 5 for the game. So I think we're going to keep it at 7 right now. Hopefully that way, at least all the players get enough time. Even if there is drop-offs. So, but I mean, you know, if players don't show up 5 minutes before the game, there's not really much we can do.
But in terms of those players that are not showing up 5 minutes before the game, are there any do they have any repercussions, or are they just allowed to be playing again?
Yeah, there should be repercussions. Well, there is anyway. Well, you can see the rules that we have, our r77 rules. You get fined basically. I think we can start implementing that. We've been a bit lenient on it because we thought the under 8s, they're under 8s, they don't have really much say in it. It's the parents at the end of the day and whoever's bringing them. But I feel like for the parents to understand that, look, it's important and you can't be calling sick or can't be just not turning up on the day. It's not fair on the other team as well.
Yeah, same goes for training as well. If players don't show up to training, they can't be playing again. It's as simple as that. Because there are players that are showing up to training, there are players that are paying their fees on time, regularly. So those are the players that will get picked. End of.
Brilliant, guys. Thank you.
Here with Coach Rudy at Ford Sports Ground. Rudy, we had 3 games today, 2 wins and a loss. Let's sum it up, please.
Let's start off with the early ones, so under 8s. They lost 9-0. Clearly weren't their fault. Management picked the side. The boys didn't show up, so it's very hard to play a game with limited players. No substitutes, big for them anyway, big pitch for them. So they were always going to lose, let's just say that. But it sounds like they put in a good performance. We didn't let it go into double figures, which is always good. So, you know, I mean, it's a message to the boys who let their teammates down today. Not on, you know. Personally, as a man at the top, I say don't pick him again, because that's the lesson. Because at the end of the day, you're not letting yourself down, you're letting your team down. And the team is, in football, a team's more important than one individual. And if you're not going to show up and put them in a lurch, then personally, don't pick them again, because it's not worth it. You can always replace one player. So at the end of the day, that's the message for the coaches there. They let you down, that's their problem. Under 12s, good game of football. First half, first 15 minutes, brilliant. After that, became their casual selves. I've always said this, I don't really enjoy watching the under-12s play because even though they score 10, 11, 12 goals, it's an individual performance rather than a team effort. The boys rely on one player too much, and I think I had a strong word with them at half-time today to put that right, because they need to get everyone involved. They've got very, very good individual players there. And I think we have to keep that team together. That team has to train together and then play together. Because I tell you what, even though they're playing 1 year above their age group, they don't look at our place whatsoever. And they won't look at our place if they train together and play together. So a very good performance in the second half especially. Not as many goals, but this is what happens. When you try to play the right way, you're not going to score that many goals. If you just give the ball to the main man, he'll score you goals all day long. But if you try to play, you may not score as many goals, but it looks much, much better. And I think today, even in the second half, the parents as well, I think they're a lot more pleased. Special shout out to Usaid as well, came in today. What a player, you know, he's got a little bit of grit about him, he knows how to play, and he's going to fit in very, very well with the likes of Assad and Riley as well. What a great performance from him as well. So under 12 is brilliant. Under 9's just there, we just saw, yeah, it was all right. Nothing special. Each time came with a game plan, implemented the game plan. I keep thinking that all these teams come with a game plan, and we need to be better. We need to be so much better, because we know what we're going to get. We know it's going to be physical. We know it's going to be a bit hard. But we've got to get that ball moving at the end of the day, and we're not doing that enough. So the under 9's, a lesson for them today is, if you're up against bigger players and stronger players, let the ball move, because they can't do anything with that. But if you keep the ball on, hold the ball on for too long, they'll win it eventually, because that's what they are. They're bigger and stronger than you. So get that ball moving.
You mentioned about under 12s and a bit about the under 13s. For those that don't know, they had a 3-0 win today because HC All Stars didn't turn up. I think something's going on with them, so hopefully the league will get that sorted. But in terms of players progressing from 9s to 12s, from 12s to 13, how soon do you think that should happen?
Look, I always say it's up to the discretion of the coaches. Every coach knows their player, and every coach knows every player at this club. So we all have an input as to who's progressing and who's not. But I think when we say progress, we're taking a little bit too literal, especially between the age gaps don't suit us. We can't put someone like Omid into the under 12s. It's too big an age gap. It's 3 years, and he's technically good enough to play at that level. But what happens if a bigger boy? Naturally, they're going to be bigger. They're bigger than him at under 9s level. So when he moves up to under 12s, they're going to be bigger than him, a million times bigger than him. What happens when one of them takes him right at the knees? Do you want that? I know we want to progress them all the way up to the top, and that's right. But they should be progressing in their own age group. They should be progressing 1 year above maximum, 2 years if it's feasible, if they've got the right size behind them. But nothing more than that. And this is the problem we've got with the 12s and 13s. A lot of these boys are 10, and the 13s are exactly 12 and 13 years old, year 8. So year 6, year 8, 2 year difference. They're playing under 12s already. That's 1 year above the age group. I think it's enough. I think that's enough progress in terms of the under 12s. They should be gelling as a team. And yes, 1 or 2 individuals now and again may move up, may move down. But the thing is, what I like to think, and I was thinking about this all week, what I like to think is if a 13 who's on the bench is replaced by a 12, are you progressing the 13? You're not. So you should be looking to progress the 13 first, then dip into the 12s. And that's the message for the 13s and 12 coaches.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let move, man. You Peter. Oh. Yeah.
Cut, what take?